Hello.
How you doing?
There has come a day that I didn't think would ever come, and you're going to be sad about it too, I think.
Oh, what's that?
Layla wants to dress differently.
How do you mean?
Like usually she's like her mama, cozy. She for a while she just wore black or anime or hoodies. But today she went to school in a pink brimmed hat. A pink! Her least favorite color. Literally, here's what a turd she is. I literally just cleaned her closet out of everything pink because she hated it.
Aww.
And then today she goes in a romper, a red, white, and blue, a red, pink, and white romper, and a big brim pink hat.
Hey, buddy. Mine still likes the stuff I pick out for him. He's not telling me to get rid of it yet. You okay?
No.
You okay with it? No, that's tough.
She's like, I want clothes that are more aesthetic. I go, what does that mean? And she goes, better. And I'm like, yeah.
Do you want to say hi to a 9-year-old?
Hi.
Hey, Jack, do you want to say hi? Put this in your ear. Here, put this in your ear so you can hear. We're going to put this one right here, okay? Put it in your ear. Go ahead.
Hey, Jack, what do you have going on
You gotta put it in
today?
your ear so she can hear you.
Hi.
Oh, whoops. Nope. Hold on.
Nope.
Oh, you know what? He may not be able to hear you because I think
Hey.
the AirPods are too big. Hold it in your ear. There you go.
I feel his pain, man. I don't like AirPods. I don't like this weird inside my ear. Hey, Jack, how are you?
Good.
Those EarPods feel weird inside your ear, huh?
I mean, I've seen people who've had those little thingy microphones, and they had to use that little fixed rectangle in the middle as the mic. Like they would have to use that little thingy as the mic.
Yeah, exactly like that.
How does that
See,
work?
I have to put these big ones on because I don't like the little ones inside my ears.
Hey, we're gonna finish up our show, but Madden wanted to say hi because she hasn't seen you in a while.
Hi, it's nice to see you, bud.
I'm gonna take this back next. I need it. Step forth and conquer. Go play.
So he's with you today. He got spider bites on his legs.
3, yeah.
3 big spider bites, and it's the season, as well. And so you were trying to figure out if it happened at your house or at the school or where it happened. And at first I was like, are you being judgy? Because if you're new to the show, I'm Madden, he's Riley, and he's going through divorce. And I remember that divorce was sticky and there was a blame game and all of the things. But really you just wanted to see if you had to spray for bugs.
Right. Which, I guess I have to anyway. So why was I trying to figure it out? But I was just trying, not on a petty level. I was just like, it can't be my house. We just cleaned. It can't be. It's got to be the school or something,
So on the earlier stream, you brought up when you have the kids, you want it to be at your best behavior. You're in that stage right now.
You know what it is? It's because this is so new that I almost feel like I'm parenting from a position of fear where I want them to just have the best time because I don't ever want them to not want to come here, And
yes,
I think I'll get over that eventually. But
it goes on for a while. We talked about it in the Sleaze on the air with Melinda Gates. He's only giving the kids $10 million when he dies, and she's like, I'm fighting for $1 bazillion. You want to be the favorite parent. You want them to always want to be at your house, and it's going to make you sad when they don't want to come and see you, right? Am I getting that right?
Yeah.
I know. And the first couple of times you're going to take it personally, and then you won't anymore.
So I guess what I'm worried about, at this stage, is the because they're one of them's getting to an age where he gets to decide where he lives, and I don't ever want to have a home where he decides he doesn't want to live here at least half the time, and that's not a rub on any other parent. That's just me personally saying, I want a home where when it's his week to be here for his half of the time, it's because he wants to be here. And so sometimes I feel like I'm parenting out of fear, just trying to keep that feeling in them,
I know exactly what you mean. Because I'm working a bunch of extra hours, and then the kid's dad comes and they're going to get ice cream. And then I'm like, they're going to want to go with him. And there was a point in my life where my daughter told me, I want to go live with my dad, dude. And it hurts so bad. But now that she's becoming a teenager, I'm like, bye. Bye now. No, I'm just kidding.
You do? Sounds good. Hey, no.
Okay.
Do you want to take your travel bag or a bigger suitcase for a longer stay? Up to you.
Take your brother too. No, and I'm starting to get that fear with my son as well, because he's like, look, we're not seeing a lot of you. I wanted to do a movie night. You go to bed early because of your other job, to where I think he's like, if I go live with my dad, it's not going to be the same way.
Well, okay, but see, you and I have different scenarios, because I think it's a little tougher for you, because my kids and I are living together every other week. And so I have a full week every other week without children where I can go work a second job. And I'm not taking time away, like you don't have that luxury right now. You are a mom like 70 or 80% of the time. And so when you are doing those things, it's like out of survival, but like also like what else can you do? So it's harder for you, I think.
Yes, but yes, yeah, it is, and I'm lucky to have my parents, so at least they're with their grandparents when they're not with me. Yeah. But at the same time, my son's like, he's looking forward to summer when we go camping, because then Layla doesn't have her iPad. He wants to do family time, and I'm setting up like a way we're doing family time tonight, which we'll talk about in the stream tomorrow. Things that your kids want to do that you suck at. So I'm just like setting up something tonight and going to see how that goes for us to start doing family time. And I think I'm just going to have to write my other boss and just say, you need to fill my shoes for this rest of this week, because my kids are super missing me.
When you go camping, let me know and we'll get an adjacent spot, because I think one of the hard things for camping with kids is, your kids are going to love hanging out with you, right? But there's going to come a point where like you're going to be like, we're camping, we have no electronics, we're in a tent, and I need a break from the kids. And the kids are going to want to keep doing their thing. If you have other kids there, like if we did this whole thing, you got 4 kids almost identical in age running off and doing their things. And like you spend time with your kids, but you also, because camping with kids after a couple of days is tough.
Absolutely. Come with us, because I have the paddle boards and the kayak. Boss lady Angie gave me some tents. We're going to tent camp. Absolutely.
Yeah, I got a huge, like 12-person tent.
So
like a big, huge rectangle room.
Cool.
And then I got metal detectors.
See, I'm going to let the kids sleep in the tents, and then I'm going to sleep in the Jeep, because there's bears out there. Ew.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. So what have you been doing, like, when the kids come over, that you feel you're super going out of your way so that they want to keep coming over?
Okay, so like food has always been an issue, right? And so before I always had to make like 3 separate dinners every night, right? Well, you go through a divorce, and now 3 turns into 2 separate dinners, one for them, one for me. And I was like, I can't eat what they eat for dinner every night. It just doesn't work in my system like that. So I was trying to impose more of a, like, not a health food kick, but just like a solid dinner kick, like let's start with some solid dinners or something like that. Well, a grocery order accidentally got sent to my house instead of the other house. And so like I saw what they're having for dinner every night. I'm like, I can't compete with that. So I kind of scaled that back a little bit, like,
and you get kind of judgy, right? Like when I would go to Joe's apartment, I'm like, are the kids really eating this? And then I have no room to talk, because Joey's favorite thing is mac and cheese, and we have it all the time.
I didn't get judgy so much as I kind of got a little nervous and scared. I'm doing things that they don't really want to do.
You're making them eat broccoli, and over there, that's not happening, is what's happening.
Something like that. Yeah. But like not in a bad way. Like they have that, because there is a parenting method that I actually do agree with, where parents like, this is what they want to eat right now because they're eating, and we're not going to fight, and we'll let them eat like that. And eventually you're going to hit a point where they're just going to want to eat something better. And so I guess that's like one method of doing it. And that's just not my method, but I'm kind of getting on board with it because I'm afraid that the other method is going to rule,
Yeah, I understand, because Joe makes them eat well. He's better at it than I am. Mine is the extracurricular activities. I'm working all the time, and like you said, like going by myself, like I'm a good helper, but I'm not the one who wants to set up the camp and do the camp and be the leader of all of that. Like I want somebody to drive us, and I want somebody to be there with us. You know what I mean? So going and
when you
but
say drive us, are we driving your Jeep and you're just a passenger? Because if we go camping and you have a Jeep, that's the only car we're taking.
Good morning, Rebecca. It's me going out and doing it, like taking the kids hiking on a hike that I've never been on before. Like that scares me, but Joe will take them to the water park, and he'll like that stuff. He doesn't mind driving them to places. That stuff doesn't bother him. It's the extracurriculars for me that like make me nervous.
So the driving is something that used to always bother me, but now that it's just me and them, the driving doesn't get me so much.
Yeah.
Only because I have like a whole week off where I get super lonely, and then they get back and like, let's go do all the things, guys. You know.
Yeah.
And they, for them, they're going from parent to parent, so they're not super lonely, and they're not going through the things that and I can't have them wear my emotions, and so I have to get myself in check and be like, okay, I'm emotional and lonely because I haven't seen them for a week, but this is just their schedule. They're not. So when I'm like, let's go do all the things, and they're like, we'd like a day to rest, I have to remember that. And that's hard for me to remember sometimes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
you're still new. Like I've been doing this 6 years, and I fluctuate. Like where there's sometimes we do all the things, and there's sometimes that I've been very honest about it before, where I go through this depression, which isn't my kid's fault, which I'm working through. And then that's the other thing that scares me is yesterday I'm like, Joey, let me make you dinner, and he's like, I'm gonna do something that I can make myself. Joey, do you want me to tuck you in? No. And I'm like, he's starting to not need me, and that scares the hell out of me too, because that means that and that makes me feel guilty, because that means I'm doing so much that he now feels like he has to take care of himself, and that bothers me too.
See, I was looking at that differently.
When I should be excited that he is being so independent, right?
See, I was looking at that differently because I've watched you parent. I've been around you for your entire parenting career, and you've always been very good at, I think the both of you have always been very good at pointing them in the independent direction, not the hovering helicopter. But I think you guys have always been very good at like, no, here's this, go do it. As you watch, I think he's just at that point. I think that's like when I listen to him talk, I hear a little man talking.
Yeah. He is a little man, and he's still my baby. And that's what we were talking about earlier, is I'm way harder on Layla, the older one, than I am him. Like him, I'll wake up nicely in the morning and all these things. And Layla, I'm like, get up, because she's so that like I've had to learn too,
That, what, like the more I can't tell you how much better you have made me feel about parenting my older child today by talking to you, because I'm literally like identical with so many things. And like the getting up part, because and tell me if I'm wrong, I'm going to guess that your 11-year-old takes a while to get up.
Yes. And then my son is up, bed made, teeth brushed, comes down. But then also growing up, I hated it when my grandma and my aunts and uncles and my parents would compare us, because me and Bridget were nothing alike. And me and my brother Matt were nothing alike. And I keep catching myself do that to them. So it's like a cycle I have to break, because they are nothing alike. So I have to parent them differently. I can't parent them the same.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And here's another thing I'm learning is, because my youngest is very, I guess you could say he's also pretty independent, right? So like he wants to do what he wants to do, and he likes to be left alone a lot. But lately he and I have been hanging out a ton. It's been awesome. Like it makes me a little heartwarm. Anyway, but hanging out with him is, it's almost like parallel play, because he likes to do what he likes to do. He just doesn't like to do it alone, but he doesn't want to do it with anybody. He just wants somebody around him while he's doing something, Yes.
Joey's a lot like that too. He just wants somebody sitting like in the vicinity with him.
Yeah. So like with my little side job that I do in the evenings now, he'll go with me, but he wants to go with me and he wants to play on his tablet when he goes with me, which like the tablet he has a PC at home, which is head and shoulders above and better than the stupid little Amazon Fire tablet. But his whole thing is he gets to take the tablet and sit in the car with me and have me be with him, and he can talk to me about the games and stuff, right? So what I've been doing, because before I used to get so mad at the stupid electronics, but what I've embraced with the tablet now is when I want to get him outside and go to the park, or when I want to, when he wants to go with me to deliver, I lead off with like, yeah, and you can play, like I'll take my disc golf basket out to the park and set it up and practice, right? And he'll come out and he'll sit underneath the tree with his tablet, and it'll take about 5 minutes before he realizes, oh wow, it's beautiful out, and then I can get him to run around with me. But I have to use that as bait to get him there, you know?
Yeah, I can see that. I can see
But
that.
it's been working. And I know.
Or you take them out there, like if I take them to the park and then their friends are there, they're going to put it down and then just go run around, you know?
Right. And I think in this COVID world that we've been living in, you know, we spent so long isolating that now more than ever, people have become super addicted to those little electronics. And so, like, I know that when I talk about this, I'll get the hard-nosed parents will be like, you're the parent, just take them away or take it away. And my answer to that is, like, if you look at a heroin addict and just take away the heroin, they get sick, you know?
Yes,
they,
yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I had Layla is super into the anime, which I'm not really, and she's a lot like her dad, like the video editing stuff. I don't understand. It's the reason I'm not on TikTok. It's that I just don't understand that stuff. But damn, she's so good at it. So I had to just start looking at it from a different perspective. Instead of looking at it, it's an anime edited video and I don't understand anime. I had to look at it like this beat is hitting, is like slapping exactly where she wants it to. Like she's crazy brilliant when like better than some adults we know, Ian. I need to send you some of her stuff. And I had to lean into it in that direction. Like your videos are awesome. And now she's not holed up in a room. She comes down. Mom, look at this. Mom, look at this. Mom, my video got 200 likes. And before where I was like, 200 likes, who are these people? Internet trolls, blah, 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 blah. Instead, like Joe and I had to go in and just put all the parental controls on it. Otherwise, she's just going to do it behind her back and not tell us.
No,
but
she's doing all this editing on her iPad?
All of it, dude.
Wow. Okay.
She sent me this one. And I said, I'm going to send it to your dad. And she said, Dad doesn't like me having this. And I'm like, whoa, wait. We need to talk to your dad about this because he needs to know. And I think he's going to be impressed with you. And I sent it to him. He's like, this is impressive. We just need to monitor her followers better as parents because we can't smother this. She is that good. So I had to look at it from completely different perspective than now she has all these weirdos following her. And then she's on her iPad even longer when she's crazy creative.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that's really rad. That's so cool.
Yeah, she's really good. Yeah.
So here's the thing is like if you go back through time when you and I were growing up, right? And we had Nintendos. Our parents were like, oh my God, these kids and their stupid Nintendos and video games, go outside. We are doing the same thing. We're looking at our kids. We're going, oh my God, these kids go outside like our parents made us. Our parents made us, but we still played a ton of Nintendo.
Oh yeah.
You're absolutely right.
As soon as I go for a walk, I would walk straight up to the mountain mics and play on the Simpsons game all day. But I also like to, and it's not the same times. We can't just let the kids go out and play until the lights come on. It's not as safe as it used to be.
Right.
You can't do that. But I agree with you.
On top of that, like she's not playing games, she's creating. That's different. We weren't creating. We were trying to get Link on Zelda to get a Triforce piece.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. I know exactly. And you have to figure out ways around, like with Joey wants to eat healthier, but he's the pickiest eater in the whole damn world. The worst. So I've had him start going through with the Weight Watchers book and choosing meals himself that we could cook together. And then he at least tries it.
Yeah, that's perfect. That's what we're doing right now.
God, and dinner takes like 12 times as long. But I have to just keep my patience. And that's the other reason that I never had them just help me do the things. And I did all of the things is because it's just faster.
You know what I had to ask myself about? Because when I started doing the HelloFresh, and kind of when the pandemic hit is when my youngest really got into wanting to get in the kitchen with me. Like we got him an easy bake oven, stuff like that. I felt the same way when it was taking forever. And then but I feel that I think that's how we're wired brain wise. Like I think our ADHD brain is like, oh my God, this is taking so long and we could be doing so many other things.
Yes.
But what I had to ask myself was, because I had the same thing. What am I going to do? What are the other things I'm going to do after dinner?
Yes.
Yes,
you're absolutely right. And my kid's going to remember rolling out this pizza over me remembering that it's time to vacuum or sit down right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally. But I have to ask myself that weekly.
I know.
But the thing is I think you and I are beating the crap out of each other right now, and I think that is just about every single parent.
I think you're right. We're just hard on ourselves a lot.
Yeah. So I mean, really, honestly, let's continue being humble by saying, dude, we're killing it right now. We're awesome.
killing it. You're killing it. I'm killing it. Jennifer right here is killing it. Victoria's killing it. Rebecca's killing it. Everybody's killing it.
Y'all beautiful people who are killing it right now.
Yeah, I can't wait for summer and paddleboard. Like, that's my jam. I'll throw that paddleboard on the Jeep every single day when they get home from school. So I'm just waiting for the lake to warm up too. But I can't just be a seasonal mom. You know what I mean?
No. Seasons, mom. Pick 2 of your favorites, then check out for the other 2.
Go to your dad during spring and winter.
Right. Dad gets spring and winter. I get summer and fall.
Hey, he's in Vegas. Those kids would be like, you want me to go do Vegas winter? Okay, bye. They hate the winter.
So,
all right, you guys.
Sliding down the driveway on our way to school?
Ooh. When we're back in the studio and they have to take that bus, they're not gonna think the snow is funny anymore.
You are they will literally be able 20 years from now to be like, I had to walk through snow to get to school. Just so
they
you
do
know.
uphill. I live up a hill.
I love it.
All right, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye, guys.